We have to end the slide now. We have lost 3 games in a row. 2 have been close. 1 has been just an all-around bad game. But turnovers have been a big part of it. Partially also due to just bad stamina. We're coming off the bye week. Hopefully, James Cody in particular has recovered a good bit. We'll see as we jump on into the game here against the Falcons. But before we do, I have made a small change to the roster. I always make sure to check almost every single week, sometimes every other week, to see if anyone has been cut from their team or cut from a practice squad or whatnot. And there was one new player added that we did pick up, and that is over at free safety. We brought in JT Woods. He has, pretty good size, 6'2", 195, has good speed, 93 speed, 93 acceleration as well. Fairly decent agility, good change of direction. His awareness and play recognition, not all too great. Man coverage isn't very good, but he does have good zone coverage, and that is what we're looking for. Also has pretty good catching as well. Now, the fact that he doesn't have good man coverage tells me I would like him to play free safety. But I have liked most of the play from Jamar Johnson. So we're going to be moving Jamar Johnson over to a strong safety spot. Now, at strong safety, we have been playing Melifonwu, and he's been okay. But he had taken over for J.R. Reed, who was great for us in his first season with us, but since then just hasn't really been able to keep up with it, unfortunately. He doesn't have great man coverage, it's decent zone coverage, but overall, not exactly what we're looking for. So we're going to be releasing J.R. Reed. His time with the replacements has come to an end. So with him gone, Jamar Johnson can easily step straight on in to the starting spot there. And he has at least some decent man coverage, 72. Hopefully that will help out when we have to put him on the tight ends, because tight ends have been a little bit of a problem for us, or running backs out of the backfield. Just try to help us across the middle by any means we can. Hopefully Johnson will do that. And he has some decent tackling ability. Nothing spectacular, but it's nothing worse than what we already had. So 68 tackling, 73 hit power actually will be a big boost over Melifonwu. And then block shedding, only a 51, so he's not my ideal strong safety, and safety is still an area of concern for us. But bringing in at least a little bit of better talent there, we'll see how well JT Woods does, more as that rangy safety that I prefer at free. But as we continue our away stand, this time taking on the Atlanta Falcons, who are also 7-4, we need to find ourselves a win. Now, I was pretty sure the Cowboys were going to win last week because they were up 21-0 at half. They actually lost to the Titans. Titans came back and won, so still only 2 games, or it was during the bye week they lost. One of the two. So we're only 2 games back. A win here against Atlanta. Cowboys lose, a win against the Giants in a revenge game, and then another Cowboys loss, and you never know, we might make it a thing. We faced them in week 18, so we have to keep it close till then. So the game against the Falcons, we need to rebound, we need to get back in the win column, and after the rest, sure hope the team's ready to do that. Now the Falcons do have a new starting quarterback. He isn't very highly rated, like below 70s actually, Elliott Black. But the last time we faced a quarterback who was sub 70 was against the Panthers, and we all know how that went. So we're gonna need to make sure we do our due diligence. Wow, that word is so difficult to say. As they start with a pass right down the middle, gonna find one of their tight ends. Will get a gain of 5 to Fitzpatrick. Now, in addition to the change made at safety, we also have shaken up our sub backers, as Harris, who had a great game, as a great stop there by Davis Gaither. But last week, Harris had an amazing game, was our defensive player of the week. He's getting the start at sub backer, as Cashman has definitely regressed this season, has not been as impactful, though they do find an impactful player over in Pitts with a first down. Just found the soft spot in the coverage there between Harris as well as the outside corner. Now on first down, they go with a heavy look, Hunt bouncing around and hits the turf. In addition to both of the changes with the starting guys at safety and at the sub backer, I did also go through and just essentially reset the depth chart. Make sure everyone is playing where they're supposed to be, as Harris does get the stop on that play. And hopefully that'll help see us on through to, well, a win, as it's been very difficult of recent, and a great job there one-on-one on the outside. Mullen knocks it away. It'll be a punt. Now for Cody, he's recovered a little bit during the off week, or bye week, but he still is not perfect, and we're hopefully going to see a little bit of some improvement, as well as some slight change to the offensive game plan to help ensure things go a little bit more smoothly for us. Play one as per usual, 2 yards right down the middle. But I think the goal today is quick. Get the ball out quick, whether it's going to be rushing, passing, some short, quick throws. Just get the ball out quickly. Keep James Cody healthy. Start to possibly improve maybe his flow. He's had great connection with Osborne, who does get the first catch, but he needs to start getting things going with his other receiver options, including at the tight end spot. Julio will find the gap here. No, not Julio. Justin Ross with a first down catch up to the third down to the 37 as we cross midfield. But essentially, just need to find the quick things here. Get what they give us, and then quickly move on to something else, as we have a lead block with Borgie, who doesn't actually lead block for anything. We'll get the jet sweep with a first down inside the 20 with Osborne. Now, we obviously talked a little bit at the end of last episode, if you stuck around, to discuss the possible receiving options we could pick up in the draft, and that included the tight end, as Alton Campbell can't make the play in the end zone once again. He was the reason, or one of the reasons, we did not at least send it to OT last episode. We'll hand this one off here. Borgie cuts to the right-hand side. RPO works for about an 8-yard gain. But we wanted to try to get something going with these outside receivers, see if we could get Alton Campbell going, really try to find out if he's a guy for our future or not, as the receivers do not block at all. We lose 4 yards on 3rd and short. We'll have to kick the field goal. But out to at least put us up in this game, Dicker the kicker from the 23 will make it a 3-0 game. Well, it was not a perfect start. Defense did very well their first time out. Offense, mostly well, but just would have really wanted to find the touchdown at the end of the first possession. To the outside, Hunt goes, and he will get the first down, about 14 yards on the rush. In fact, that actually accounts for all of his rushing yards to this point in the game. Again, only the first play of the second drive, but still worth noting, as it will be another handoff here. Hunt down the middle, has some space. Saquon Barkley had a big rush last week, and Hunt may have one here. Yes, he does. Mullins did not get the tackle before he crossed the line. Now the Falcons take the lead. Well, already our first little speed bump here on the road. Can we find a way to fight back? Good first play there from Borgie, through the defender for at least 3. Don't need to move away from our game plan yet. Need to still go with the quick, go with the short, take what they give us, pass right across the middle. Gonna find Alton Campbell, get him going as well. Again, he had some really big plays for us in his rookie season. However, this year with the changes to the playbook, he's kind of lost a little bit of his role as a great pass rush around the end zone. Lorenzo Carter gets the sack around Juwan James. And that was specifically the side of the line that we tried to find the fix at, bringing in James. We'll check very shortly to see how well that actually did help us with the pass to the sidelines. Bo Melton did bring it in. He got that second foot, at least for now. And we're actually not going to go into review end of the first quarter, but a heck of a throw there from James Cody and a great catch on the sideline for Bo Melton. Essentially flip the field as we start the second quarter, sticking with that same spread look, as we will go with a swing pass outside, and a not great play there from the corner, but a flag is down. Unfortunately, though, it's not going to count. Right guard got too far down the field, even though it was a fairly quick throw, as Borgie tries to find some space here on the 1st and 15. We'll get at least 2 back, leaving 13 more on second down as we stay spread with that bunch to the right-hand side. Justin Ross covered pretty well. We had a receiver at the sideline, and Jones not going to make the catch. Definitely saw quite a bit of that last week, as anytime he was in a one-on-one situation, he really struggled to bring the ball in, which isn't what we're used to with Julio. But we do have a possible opportunity, but a flag comes in. Might be defensive pass interference. We'll see what the ref says, but as for now, it is an INT. So erase the mistake there from Cody. First down inside the 5. As we'll stay spread, hand this one off a cutback lane for Borghi, down to the 1. But we'll stick with the same look, keeping them spread out here. Possible RPO to the outside. No, we'll hand it off, and Borghi will walk in. Great blocking up front. We'll retake the lead, thankfully, to that DPI call. So far, defense, besides the one rush play, I mean, they've made some good plays. We just need to make sure that's a lot more consistent. Bad angle there as tight end gets a first down. That time was zone coverage, so not going to be any man cover issues that we've seen yet from our new free safety, not strong safety. That is Jamar Johnson, who has played decently well for us. Decent job from Harris in the run stop, at least held up the lineman. They still managed 6 yards off the first down rush. Now going back to the double A gap look here, let's bring down Woods, just in case they go with a run. This is what cost us last time. Or instead, to the opposite side, Mullen Jr. beat deep. First down inside the red zone. That was McCole Hardman with the deep route, and he has the speed. We saw him do that a lot in, was it the North? As a sack coming in, big hit forced by Harris, who scoops it up. Can he outrun Hunt? Maybe, although that stamina is looking pretty low, and he will get caught. But a heck of a play there from Harris in his first official full-time start. That play was so good. Honestly, I forgot what I was talking about before that. As we start our offensive possession here inside the 15, looking for Osborne here, maybe towards that back pylon, although they cover it pretty well. So we're going to scramble here with Cody, who might have a lane. Spin move, no, ball pops out, but goes out of bounds. A little bit of some luck on our side in this one, as we've had the DPI call that gave us a first down when we really needed it, and then that fumble going out of bounds, also really helping us out. 3rd and 1 here. And I think it's time we bring out Turbin for the big man look. Goal line versus not really a goal line. But either way, good push for us. Cut to the left-hand side. A really good block shed. And they say 4th and inches. Naughty with a big play. Though I've said it many times and I'm going to say it again. We carry a fullback on roster for a reason. Nick Bodden, get us the first down. And he shucks off one down to the 1. Now, I tried a pass down here last game. Didn't work out. But we're going to try it again. With a roll out, cover it well, dump this one out of bounds. And from there, we'll just go back to what we know works. Turbin down the middle. As we get a good push up front, has to fight through one, and he does. 2 rushing touchdowns from the 1-yard line to start our day. Now capitalizing off that turnover, we take a 10-point lead. Just under 3 minutes left here in the first half. Can the Falcons find an answer back as they go to the outside? Pitts will spin off one tackler, then get dropped by Johnson. Does not manage to get out of bounds, so the clock continues to roll. Does get a gain of 5 on first down. As they'll spread right, go underneath, and Harris not able to knock that one free, but tight in coverage. We are, as we hit the 2-minute warning, sacrificing some of our zone coverage, but we are improving the man coverage with Harris. So we'll see how well that works for us. If he could man up on the running backs and on the tight ends a bit more than what we've seen in the past. And, I mean, again, tight coverage there, just not quite knocking the ball out as they dump it off to the running back for a short gain, 6 yards, actually a decent gain. Tristan Hill flips the quarterback over his back with a sack. He's finally back in the starting lineup. I do think Madden changed my starting set. Don't know why it does it, but it does it. A great rush there on 3rd and 12 from Hunt. Converts the first down, keeping their drive alive here late on. As that will be another pass to the outside. Mullen knocks that one away. Only 2 incomplete passes in the first half so far for Black. See if we can make that grow. As we get a blitz here, and just still a really accurate pass right across the middle. We'll find Pitts. But on 3rd and 3, they come out 2 tight ends to the left, 2 receivers out to the right. We stick with our nickel formation to help try to provide some coverage as they go right across the middle, splitting the safeties. Woods does get the tackle down at the 1. Just a tremendous job there, splitting the defenders. I want to say that was Drake London who had the catch. They go the run down the middle and a great push up front, dropping the running back Hunt down at the 6. He does, however, still have 10 yards per rush with his big rush earlier. 8 carries, 88 yards, as they will pass from the goal line. Dumping this one off. Pitts pushes forward through Woods. Not enough strength there. Now with 25 seconds, can Osborne and this receiving group and Cody get us down to at least field goal range? We do have all 3 timeouts. We need to get the ball probably to about the 40. From there, I think I would feel like we could get the job done. Gonna roll out here with Cody, though, to the right-hand side, outrunning Carter and stepping out of bounds with the first down at the 38. It's also one of the reasons I'm looking for a deep threat receiver. Not many guys getting open there. Maybe see if we could get Julio down the field here. And after roll once again, we have Borghi, who will get the catch. Try to get the juke in down to the 45. Call a timeout. Have about 11 more seconds here left in the first half. We're about at field goal range. Would like to get a little bit more downfield, and we'll go with a pass to throw out of a sack. Now trying to set up the field goal here. That's what we're looking for with 7 seconds left. Gonna go with the RPO as Borghi actually goes with the run. I tried to throw it late to a wide open Alton Campbell. Unfortunately, a little too late on making that decision. So it will be a 56-yarder here for Dicker, the kicker, to put us up 6 as we head into half. Hold down kick is up. That's looking beautiful, and it will put us up 6 as we head into halftime. Make it 2014. Yeah, that's how 6 points work. Either way, not too bad of a first half for us. Some good things, some things definitely went our way. We got lucky a couple times, but things are flowing a little bit. Need to clean some things up. The only things we're winning at right now is the takeaway and points. But as we look around the league, can we get an update on the Cowboys possibly losing? No, it will be the Giants up first, taking on Cincy, team that we've lost to both of these guys actually. 28-25, Giants get the win. They finally get back to 600. As for the next update, Cowboys? No. We have the Cardinals taking on the Chargers. Chargers up 21-7. Cardinals only 2-9 on the year. Chargers trying to get above 500. And for the last studio update, there we go. Cowboys finally taking on the Saints as the Saints get the win, 28-21. We really need to get the dub in this one then. And a great way to do that is by capitalizing on starting the second half with possession. Manny Fox will return this one. He's had some decent returns of late and just gets us back to the 25 here. Now, knock on wood, but so far today, James Cody, no turnovers. It was close with the fumble that went out of bounds. But the slight tweak in the play calling, I think, is helping us out, getting the ball out quickly, avoiding some costly mistakes when the pass rush arrives. Unfortunately for Borghi, though, he's not having a better day with a more consistent amount of carries, as he's maybe around 3 yards per carry. We've seen him have a good bit better. Osborne does get the first down off the drag route. Cody 7 of 11 for 129 on the day. All of our touchdowns to this point have been on the ground, so at least that part is good for Cody. For Borghi, he had a rushing touchdown earlier as well as Turbin. But as we spread wide here, they drop down that corner. So let's slide the line to the right-hand side as they bring the blitz. Gonna look for a receiver open to the outside. That's gonna be Bo Melton with the speed. If he could hit the afterburners, 27 in pursuit. Does not take a good angle, and Bo Melton will make this a 2-score lead. And I'm thinking 2 points to make it a 14 score. That'd be nice, 14-point lead. And it seems Madden was thinking the same thing, as they also suggested we go for it. They cover that pretty well. So roll out to this side. Try to get to the outside. A nice cut there from Cody. Left the defender flying too far to the outside, and it will be a 14-point lead, not score lead. But now let's see if the Falcons have made any halftime adjustments. They were starting to find some things getting open a good bit in that second quarter. It was through the passing game, so we'll see if they continue that. as Elliott Black, was it Elliott Black? I think it was Elliott Black, 11 of 13 to start his day. He has some good receivers out there. I mean, you have Pitts, who's always going to be good. Drake London can be a solid guy. Hardman is a great deep threat or slot guy. Hunt can be good at running back as well, so they have a good offense. I think a lot of it right now is just relying on what Black can do. Can he find the throws? Can he read the defenses? Can he make the big plays when they need it? And so far today, I mean, they're at least finding the short passes, and it's at the least kept them in this game pretty well. Going to make a slight audible here, bring the cornerback blitz from that left-hand side as they will go with a handoff. Nice tackle there. Harris is starting, I think, to pick up speed here. He also brings a vastly improved awareness and play recognition level over that of Cashman. Now, I really like Cashman. He's played really well for us the last, I don't know, like about season and a half, especially last year as he's in on the stop there. But he was really impactful for us last year. This year in coverage, he's been a bit of a liability. He does technically have the better cover ratings, but I think it's the awareness and play rec that might be coming in as, well, he's not coming in to help us there with Harris as he misses the tackle as well. And on 3rd and long, Kyle Pitts takes it to the house. Both of the new starters in coverage on that in Woods and Harris, and this wasn't up to par. So that tells me we just got to keep things going on offense. Borgie, as per usual, he'll start us off. O-line hasn't done fantastic in the run blocking, and I can't quite remember if we're actually missing one of our starting linemen. I know we had a practice injury to that group, but I think it was one of the backups, as we're going to go with a not great pass there from Cody, but it will find Alton Campbell for the first down. That time he makes the good adjustment. But if we can get both Campbell as well as, I don't know, Ross or Julio more consistently going on the outside, I think that'll really help us out. Gonna have to roll out here, and we will find Ross. Not by a lot, but by a little bit with a first down. And I've just now noticed, I don't know if it's been the icon the whole time, but James Cody is in his X Factor mode, which means we should get some really good passes while on the run. And he has his man downfield, Osborne, out of bounds. But that pass was on the money. Osborne, unfortunately, just not able to bring it in. As we'll go with the read option here. Just have to make the man miss, and Cody cannot. Great tackle on the outside, loss of 4. Leaves us with a 3rd and long, and no longer in X Factor, but the icon is correct now. So maybe it was just, I don't know, an overall thing. As we're going to dump this one off here for Osborne. He will get the catch up to the 47. Now, obviously, too far to kick the field goal here, but I think we're too close to punt it. So we're going to go for it on 4th and 10, which, I mean, could be a bad thing, a bad idea, but we're going to make a slight audible here. Campbell's going to go on an out route at the line to gain, and he will get the separation barely. He had the good turn, but he just didn't bring the hands. Great play by the cover man. Will be a turnover at about midfield. Now, let's hope that doesn't come back to bite us, as it did in the Cowboys game. But I think that was a decent spot to go for it. Decent read there as they go the handoff, and there's a good tackle, Davis Gaither. I think if we could just improve Harris's cover skills, the tandem there with Davis Gaither and Harris could be pretty solid. There's definitely room to improve for sure, but the talent, the raw talent is there. But as we head inside the 4th quarter, an empty look on 3rd and short. We'll send the quick blitz, but they get the quick pass, and there comes Woods trying to chop out the legs of Pitts. Doesn't mean that ball goes flying, though. So far, that signing, I wouldn't say necessarily paying off, but I'm not seeing any worse play than what I have seen from Johnson at that spot. Just some really good plays on the outside. They've made some really good misses as well. Is that McKenzie? Isaiah McKenzie? I'm pretty sure that was for his first catch. McKenzie and Hardman. I feel like we had them in the same state-only challenge. Was it Georgia? Yeah. I'm pretty sure they were both on Georgia as McKenzie with his 2nd catch levels this game up. Going for it there on 4th down. Did come back. We just have struggled to close out games, and we have to find a way to do it here. So we're going to send Osborne in motion. He's been a great guy for us offensively, and he'll break to the outside with a first down. A little bit of a stiff arm, but not a great one. First down, though. Aruwarie with a great tackle as we have a 1st and 10 just past the 40. Trying to set up the read option once again. Cody, yeah, it's going to be a loss of yards here. The 97 speed not coming through. Now that's probably just due to fatigue. Might need to work a little bit more during the offseason. As for fixing that stamina issue, see if he can find a little bit of something here. He has a receiver, just doesn't trust the throw, so he goes to scramble and he picks up almost all of it. 2 more yards needed. And on 3rd and 2, Huntley checks in at quarterback as they go with the read option formation. Going to send in motion Ruckert. Now, do we hand this one off? Yes, we do, to that left-hand side. Borghi gets the 1st down and a few extra as well. We'll keep Huntley out there for another play, sticking with that same look, but let's go with the pass out of it instead. Ruckert going to motion over, try to leak to that left-hand side. See if he can find some space, although they cover it pretty well. Huntley going to roll over. Anyone going to get open? We had a guy open downfield, but instead Huntley takes the easy pickup for the 1st down, and should have been a penalty there on Carter, but none thrown. And I just realized with Carter, they have several Georgia players. I don't know if they're taking after the Eagles and just trying to bring in Georgia players at this point. As a quick rush, Carter back again. Well, trying to keep Cody healthy, but he's taking hits in this one for sure. 2nd and 18. Hand this one off down the middle. Borghi has the lane. A little bit slow to get there, but he will at least half the yardage needed. Now on 3rd and 9, they come out with a double A gap look. If they blitz, RPO Campbell. And yeah, that's what we go with the 1st down, Alton Campbell. Inside the 20 down to the 17. And if it worked well the previous play, let's go with a similar look here. We could also swing it out Osborne, but no, we'll hand this one off instead. Borghi will pick up a few yards. And if we were smart about this, we would be chewing clock. So let's start doing that. Inside 3 minutes, need to drain this clock, grab a lead by any means. As we hand this one off, Turbin down the middle will maybe pick up 1 or 2. And we'll have to run at least one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Now, will it be for a 1st down or setting up a field goal? We had some options. We'll dump this one out wide, but Julio, no space. Great play by Aruwarie. And in fact, it doesn't even send us inside the 2-minute warning. But Dicker, the kicker, can put us up by a field goal here. The hold down kick is up. It is good. 2-minute warning hits, and we're only up 3. All right, defense. Comes down to you. Can you get the stop? Can you make the play? Can you cover the receivers? Harris has to swing or dump off the coverage of Pitts to Johnson. It will be a gain of 3. If we could also get a little bit of some pass rush going, that might help out a little bit. I don't know if we've gotten a single sack in this game. Oh, yeah, we had one from Tristan Hill earlier. As he's almost back for another, they get that pass off. And on 3rd and 7, they come out with a tight single back set. We're out in the double A gap. We'll drop back into coverage. As Shakatoni not getting anywhere in coverage, they dump it off to Pitts, but he's out of bounds before he converts. But they are going for it here. 4th and 2. We're going to bring a little bit of blitz from that left-hand side. Try to sit under their coverage, and McKenzie had no idea that ball was thrown. Turnover on downs inside the 35. Now, all we have to do is run the clock. 3 timeouts remains for the Falcons as they come out with a double A-gap look. We'll run right at it. Turbin down the middle picks up 4. And on 2nd and 7, Huntley back out there in the read option formation. Motion over Ruckert here. Do we hand it off? Do we take the option? We'll go ahead and hand this one off for safekeeping as Borghi, typically pretty solid for us, knock on wood. 3 yards, and we should be walking away with a victory. In motion, Hales from the empty set. He takes a jet sweep. Had a good block from the outside. He swings it all the way out, but a great play from, is that Cole? I don't know, but either way, a great stop. 4th and 3. Now, do we actually go for it here? Taking the field goal, means the field goal doesn't end up tying it. And the left tackle jumps. So we will send out the field goal unit. We will force the Falcons, who somehow still have a timeout remaining, to score the touchdown to win this game. It was not a good drive from our offense. Starting inside the 35, you have to end that with a touchdown or end the game. But instead, Now Black and the Falcons have a chance to not only tie, well, they can't, I guess they could tie it, but they could win it with a touchdown. And McKenzie wide open downfield. Woods gets shaken out, dives, and in one play, the Falcons have tied. Extra point puts them in front with 1:20 on the clock. There was no coverage on that right side, and we're supposed to have 2 deep defenders. Well, the Falcons flipped the script on us, and now it's James Cody's turn to find the winner. With 1:15, we have all 3 timeouts, just need the field goal. And we need to get to about the 40-yard line. Again, having all of our timeouts. We're going to start by getting this one in the hands of Osborne, who's been so solid for us, but a great tackle there by Evans. Thought we were about to have the breakaway we were looking for, but just a solid tackle. Now, I do want Osborne to go on the deep out route as we stick with the empty set. They cover that really well, dump this one off. Going to get intercepted. I mean, come on. Aruwarie had 2 guys wide open there, and somehow they get the pick. I mean, Madden just really doesn't want us to win at this point. Now with a field goal, they can make it to where a field goal for us doesn't help us. Essentially, I feel like we just need to let them score, but we don't. Have to call the timeout. Because if we let them score, we'll have 2 timeouts to help us get a touchdown. We'd still need the 2-point conversion. Unless we could force the fumble, which we don't. Now a 3rd and goal with a bunch to the right. Shakatoni, now's your time. Get your sack, force the fumble. If we can find a scoop and score as well, that would be huge, but instead it is going to be the touchdown. This time to Hardman. We'll need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion with 1 timeout, 34 seconds. Right now, we just can't seem to get out of our own way. 34 seconds. Cody, can you find what we need? Alton Campbell down the seam. We'll at least set something up here. Let's go hurry up. Again, only have the 1 timeout. I don't want to use it too early because we have 10 seconds and counting. Please let me snap the ball here. Wasted a lot of time as we loft this one up. Justin Ross can't get the catch. Call the timeout here, 4 seconds left. All comes down to the last play once again. Hard count, no one jumps. Essentially trying to design this play for Julio to get down the middle, which doesn't happen. We've lost another game. A game where we were ahead in the second half by 2 touchdowns at one point. We had an opportunity late with a great stop from our defense to just run out the clock. Couldn't do it. Take the field goal, touchdown, could put them up. Immediately the next play, they get the touchdown, puts them up. We have another opportunity with another drive, have 2 open receivers, intercepted. They capitalize with another touchdown, and we lose yet again, giving up 348 passing yards to a 69 overall quarterback. This secondary is not getting the job done at all. There was no pass rush either in this game. We just cannot get out of our own way. Simply put. Luckily, we're still second in the NFC East, only 2 games behind the Cowboys. There's still a shot for us to make it to the playoffs if we can fix things in the latter part here of the season. But we haven't won a game in what feels like a long time. What is this now? 4 or 5 lost games in a row? I'm losing count of how many. But we have to fix things. And taking on the Giants, I mean, they were a tough opponent. They have a lot of really good guys, and I don't think looking to the draft, I mean, it's not going to help us out this season. So instead of looking at potential players to draft in the offseason, let's take a look at things we might be able to do right now. As for the defense, and unfortunately, Madden doesn't really track it very well, and by very well, I mean at all for the catches allowed. It has JT Woods with 4, but that's probably because he was on a different team as we just brought him in. He didn't have a great showing. Pass deflections, I mean, it's not really going to show a lot, unfortunately. I wish there was some better stats for us to look at so we know who's the weakest link, right, in our secondary. But something needs to happen And if non-secondary guys can help out, that would also be really helpful. When it comes to pass rush, I mean, Shakatoni 19.5. We can't ask for any more from him. But past him, the next best guy is Blake Cashman with 4. And then Tristan Hill 3. As for edge rush guys, Deshaun McGee, the rookie, has had 2 sacks. Mike Dana, 1.5. And that's it. So no one else is getting rushed for us at any consistency. It's Shakatoni or bust, essentially. Now, when it comes to available players, again, we could only sign anyone up to a 75 overall. In the guys who are currently available, well, it would be nice to bring in Eric Stokes, but unfortunately, he's an 80 overall. So, as for the guys we can bring in, they're going to be on the older side. Potentially, they might just need to do, we just might have to do it. I mean, we might have to bring in some older guys, make it a stopgap for a season, and kind of go from there. In terms of the best possible guys we can probably bring in, looking for guys who also have some speed. Would have considered maybe Xavier Rhodes here, but the speed in 85. Looking for someone with at least a balance in terms of coverage ability. There's Anthony Averett, who at least has 93 speed, 94 acceleration, but he's on the older side, 28, 75 overall, and I don't know, I don't think that's going to be any better than what we currently have, besides the speed. Speed is the thing we're lacking. If we want to continue to go more on the man cover side, there is Chandon Sullivan, but only 88 speed, 91 acceleration, very similarly to what we currently have. There is Michael Davis, though, and he seems like he could be pretty intriguing. With 91 speed, 88 acceleration, a 76 man, 80 zone coverage with 76 press. That's something we could go after. Again, on the older side would be a stopgap for a year. As for the guys currently on roster, with development that's happened throughout the season, CJ Henderson is up to a 79 with Mullen Jr. at a 78. And actually, they do have some decent speed. When I remember them having like 80s, like upper 80s, like 88, 89, they might have gotten some development. As for their cover ability, I mean, they should be playing better. They shouldn't be lights out, but they should be playing better. We do keep Mullen against the number 1 guy because he has the best press ratings. But I don't know, the team is just not getting the job done. We're falling apart when we really shouldn't be. So let me know if you think any of those moves that we looked at, possible moves that we looked at with available players, make sense. Who should be taken out of the starting lineup? Maybe switched out to corner, or switched out to the slot. I mean, Amadi hasn't really made any splashy plays, so we could move one of the outside corners to the slot and maybe bring in a new outside guy. That's always a possibility. So let me know what you think. Again, we only could sign players up to a 75 overall, no trades for players. So those are the rules we have. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Make sure you guys stick around to eventually watch us get a win. I mean, eventually it's going to happen. Hopefully against the Giants. Fingers crossed. But until then, make sure you guys hit the bell icon on the bottom right to subscribe, or scroll down and hit the subscription button next to the bell icon, which you should also hit so you're notified when this series goes live if you haven't already. This series is posted every single Monday and Thursday, with a state-only challenge every Wednesday and Saturday, then FIFA 23 on Tuesdays and Fridays with the My Player Career. It's been, for all of the series, rather up and down of recent, I feel like, besides the state-only challenge. But until next time, hopefully we'll get things corrected here, because I really want to get back in the win column. I'm sure you guys want to get back in the win column as well. So until then, or we have a revenge game. We'll see you guys later. Bye.